30 seconds.
Roger.
20 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Roll is completed.
Roger, roll complete.
There goes the pitch.
Roger pitch. You're on your way, Molly Brown.
Yeah, man.
We're a little bit high on the flight path, but no problem, Molly Brown.
Okay, Molly Brown's go for staging.
Roger, looks good from here.
Roger. Look, update received.
Roger, update.
Okay, there was staging.
Roger, stage.
And we're thrusting.
Okay, thrust looks good from here.
Show full scale round to there. Okay, we're starting to steer. The horizon's got right in view.
Roger.
Our DS is go.
Looks good from here.
Oh man, look at that.
Steering is good from here.
Stand by to copy 2-1.
Roger.
Delta V 139. GMTRC 155547. GETRC 013147. Roll left 55. GMTRB 160531. Roll right 65.
Roger, copy Delta V 139. GMTRC 155547. GETRC 013147. Roll left 55. GMTRB 160531. Roll right 65.
Roger.
Now can I read Capcom? Go ahead. Roger, your Texas burn will be 48 feet per second for 73 seconds. Okay, 48 feet per second for 73 seconds. So far we got your TR and Gemini load in. Your clocks look good on the ground. Everything's go here. See you next trip.
Molly Brown, Cape Capcom.
Go, Cape Capcom.
Look better from there than on a ballistic flight?
Say again?
Does it look better from there than on a ballistic flight?
I can't read the Gargo.
Roger, how do it look?
It looks great.
Right.
Conniving Capcom K-Flight.
This is Conniving, go ahead.
Ask him if any of the things we asked him to try did anything with the control system.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the stream. It is 2:16 p.m. here in Florida. And I'm going to be hanging out with you guys for about an hour. I might have messed up the stream. I don't know if you guys were here for the first stream that lasted about a minute and a half. Maybe some of you were. I went live, and for whatever reason, like, the default setting for like YouTube live streaming, at least on my end, is unlisted. So every time, I want to stream, I have to switch that to public because it's always unlisted. Sometimes I forget to change that. So I was sitting here for a couple minutes with nobody in here, and I didn't know what the hell happened, and then I realized that I didn't change it to public. And now I don't think notifications have gone out, but we shall see. Anyway, welcome, guys. Let's shoot the shit for about an hour. Little Friday hangout. No topic of conversation for this afternoon. Whatever you guys want to talk about, I'm all ears. I am game. But let me take a quick sip of the old coffee, and we will get the ball rolling. There we go. And oh shit, what the hell is going on with my stream, man? You guys can still hear me, right? Like, all of my... it's so weird. I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna have to... Alright. Okay, anyway, Caleb Kemp and Took, good to see you guys. Thank you so much for coming in with the first super chat and channel support of the stream as I try to figure out what the hell is going on my live stream back end. But Caleb says, hello there, happy S&M 2 release day. Listened to it last night. It's incredible, might just be better than the first for me. Nice, yeah. Yeah, today is the release of the new Metallica S&M thing. Maybe some of you haven't been on my live streams in the past couple days. Caleb has been super excited. He's been their promoter for the past week or two. And Metallica in '99 put out like a CD and a VHS tape that was called Metallica S&M. They played with a symphony, and it was awesome. Like, as a kid, I used to listen to that, watch that VHS tape constantly, and I had no idea that they were making a sequel to that until about 2 weeks ago, and it just came out today. So I'm really looking forward to it, man. I know their catalog has grown quite a bit since the '99 release, so I'm very curious how many songs from various albums, new and old, that they toss on there. I'm looking forward to checking it out. Like I said, it'll probably be Monday when I get to watch it. I'll probably put it on during a little workout or something like that Monday afternoon. Yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it. I'm glad you enjoyed it, and you've definitely piqued my interest by saying that it's better than the first, because I thoroughly enjoyed the first. And it's probably been about 20 years since I've watched it, but I have fond memories of watching that thing on the VCR many times. But I appreciate it. Oh, more Metallica S&M 2. Took says, I'll second Caleb's S&M recommendation. It's amazing. Happy, much-needed weekend all. Nice. All right. I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm looking forward to it. Let's see. I know it was on Apple, right? Metallica S&M 2. Drive-in theater concert Ticketmaster. Wait, you can do that? That's funny. You can buy it on Spotify. Oh, wait. Never mind. Oh, it's on Spotify. Is it on Spotify right now? The music itself? I would have figured they would have held off on tossing it up there. The store... Apple TV. I thought it was on Apple. Am I wrong in saying that? Okay, Apple Music. Okay, here we go. Alright, I'll check this out. That's a pretty big set list, man. I'm actually surprised they're playing that many. I shouldn't be. Nice. Anyway, I'm looking forward to it, Took. It'll be good. Shit, I might even run to it tomorrow morning. Why not? Is it on? I'll look after the stream to see if it's on Spotify. If it is, I'll go. I'll do my morning jog to a little bit of Metallica S&M 2 in the morning. But I appreciate that, man. And Caleb Kemp, thank you so much once again. Now I just have the painful wait for my Blu-ray and vinyl. Let's see. Metallica S&M 2 Blu-ray. When does that come out? Or is it already out? You just pre-ordered it, maybe. Oh, it's actually pretty cheap. $15 from Target. That's kind of surprisingly cheap, man. Huh. Is it already out? Let me see. It doesn't have a release date, so maybe it's already out. Add to cart. Free pickup Tuesday, September 1st. Maybe it comes out September 1st, but nice. That's the way I would want to watch it. I'm probably going to wait until, I don't know if I'll buy the Blu-ray, but if it's available for like a digital rental, I'll definitely do that. I don't see it anywhere though. I'll have to dig after the stream, so this stream is not me just like Googling around trying to find something. But I'm looking forward to it, man. It's always, you know, when there's something that you're looking forward to like that. I guess the latest thing that I was really looking forward to was the 4K Jaws, you know, physical copy that I ordered. Super pumped for that. That was like the last time in a long time that I had a waiting game for something that I was really looking forward to, you know. The time before that was probably, God, I don't even know. Probably The Last Jedi was the last time before Jaws 4K that there was like a physical media thing that I was really looking forward to getting my hands on, you know, that I could have watched online, but I was kind of like just holding out for the old physical copy, you know. But anyway, I appreciate that, Caleb. There we go. Andrew Harris, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. I greatly appreciate that, man. Andrew says, favorite movie score other than Star Wars? I am a big fan of the Apollo 13 soundtrack. It's one of my all-time favorite movies, obviously. I've talked about it just constantly. And I actually saw a tweet earlier today, and I was going to reply to it. It said, like, if you were stranded on a desert island, what's one movie, book, and TV show that you could bring with you? And it can't be Star Wars. And I thought about it for, like, maybe 3 seconds. And in my head, I was like, oh, Apollo 13. Instant, boom, Apollo 13. That's it. Yeah, there's a lot, man. Even like The Right Stuff, which is also one of my all-time favorite movies. It's a super patriotic, like, you know, we're going up to the Wild Blue Yonder kind of Boy Scouty soundtrack, but I absolutely love it. And then you got your obvious ones like Indiana Jones, Back to the Future, you know, those obvious ones, the movies that we all probably grew up with watching, and we just have those theme songs stuck in our head, right? I mean, I'm looking at James Horner's filmography right now. He's the composer for Apollo 13. He's done a bunch. He did Aliens. I actually did not know he did Aliens. And he did Avatar. I did not know that he did Avatar. Wow. I knew that he did Titanic. I didn't know that he did Avatar and Aliens. Interesting. So yeah. I don't even know how to describe my favorite type of like movie music. Basically Star Wars, right? But also Apollo 13. It's just all orchestra, triumphant. That's another reason I love that movie. It's just the human will. It's a chill bringer for sure, at least for me. But anyway, Andrew, yeah, maybe Apollo 13. It's great. Off the top of my head, just because I have Apollo 13 on the brain, man. That's the one that just pops up instantly. I love it. I wish I could play it, but this thing would get deleted pretty quick, right? Anyway, Moth into a Flame goes hard. There you go. That's the running jam, man. Listen to it while running. Nice, Took. Yeah, dude, yesterday I went on let me look at my watch. Yesterday I went on a 5.42 mile run. My pace was 8:09, and that was one of the hardest runs I have done. It wasn't any different mileage, time-wise. I think it was just the heat and the humidity, man. Even at like 5 in the morning, it's buckets of sweat. Buckets of sweat. And it hasn't been like that lately. It's actually been kind of nice, cool. But dude, yesterday morning was like somebody was just sitting there dumping water on my head the entire time and just like, whew, I was gassed. But Metallica tomorrow morning will grace my ears as I run. Tomorrow I'm probably going to do a 15K. It's what, like 6.5 miles, something like that. Just to do a 15K. I actually want to do oh wait, no, what am I thinking? What is a 15K miles? 15K is like 9, right? Wait, what? Yeah, stupid conversion. Yeah, okay. So yeah, I want to run a 10K. That's what I meant. 10K tomorrow. It's what, like 6 and something miles, which, you know, whatever. I just want to get that badge on my Garmin app. That's really it, man. And then I want to do a 15K soon just because there was a race that I've ran before called the Gate River Run. And I did it a couple years ago. But now I've been running for 4 months every day. And I want to do this 15K. I want to kind of prepare and get a really good time and mileage down. For the run. Really push myself, yeah. Addicted, man. It is on Spotify. Awesome. All right. That makes it easy. For sure. And Grant Guthrie, good to see you, man. Thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. I greatly appreciate that this afternoon. Grant says, would you love to hear... Wait, let me read this again. Would you love to hear about what parts of the Star Wars universe you would like explored that haven't already been? Or what parts you'd like expanded upon? I'd love to know about the lesser-known factions. For me... as much as I love revisiting my favorite eras in Star Wars, my favorite characters, all that kind of stuff, my default position is always to gravitate towards, the unexplored. That to me, that's where the most exciting kind of storytelling can be found. Like, I don't really get a kick. I'm not one to need like a new Kenobi show, even though I'm super excited for it. I'm not one to need a Han Solo show because we've had Han Solo stuff. As fun as it is to read, like, I don't know, Last Shot, the Han Solo book. It's great. It's fun. It's a fun romp. I am more interested in the new. So in terms of that question right there, Grant, I would much rather the future of Star Wars explore completely detached stories that focus on characters and scenarios and stories that we've never even heard of. I think that's important for the future of the franchise. You can't just continuously mulch over the same shit, right? That's why I've said this before, but that's why I like The Mandalorian so much. That's like one of the main reasons I like it so much. Because let's face it, it's a really simple show. There's not much to it, right? It's just a very simple show. But what really makes me like it is the fact that it is detached from what we're already familiar with. At least the first season was. So that's kind of, what I really, really, really want for the future of Star Wars. Stories that go way outside of the eras that we're already familiar with. Stories that include characters we've never heard of. Scenarios that, battles and factions that we know nothing about. Turn it into a sandbox and create something from scratch that feels like Star Wars, right? Whatever that means, but has no strings attached, other than giant, broad, hey, this is Star Wars strokes, right? But yeah, anyway, I appreciate that, man. Oh, and Grant, no, I don't collect anything, Edelson. I don't collect anything. I'm not a collector of really anything other than like coffee mugs and pint glasses and shirts from places I've been. That's it. Grant Guthrie has a part 2 to the question. Grant says, part 2, the Hutts, for example, Mandalorians got decent attention, but I'd love to know more about the different parts that made the Confederacy such as the Techno Union and Commerce Guild make the galaxy feel more full. Livid in? I know what you meant. One sec, man. I like that. That's what I liked about the Clone Wars too, right? Despite everything taking place in an era that is kind of picked through quite a bit, the Clone Wars, jumped in there and gave a lot of context, a lot of motivation for various factions, and that's great. And yeah, I would love to see like the Hutts, sure, or other factions, but I'm completely fine with a lot of that kind of stuff being, quickly brushed over in the Clone Wars, or at least alluded to in the Clone Wars, or included briefly in the Clone Wars. To me, not everything needs not everything needs to like have some grand explanation, and that's just coming from me. That's my own personal view on things. I understand that Star Wars is a tree with a lot of branches, and everybody likes to go down various branches and learn more about things that branch out from the main trunk. I get it. That's what makes Star Wars great in a lot of ways, right? The various avenues that you can go down and explore the minutia. But for me, the idea of going deeper with the Hutts, or as the examples that you gave, Techno Union and stuff like that, I'm perfectly fine with just their existence in the material that we already have, and I don't need an origin story for every little thing, if that makes sense. Some people might, which is cool. Like I said, that's what makes Star Wars different and unique and fun for a lot of people. But if the effort is going to be kind of put forward on something new, I would rather them, cast their line in a completely new direction, rather than exploring things that are relatively familiar, if that makes sense, right? But yeah, that's just me. I would love, I don't know, I'm a big era. I keep like harping on new eras, and I would love new eras to be explored. Obviously, we're going to be getting High Republic stuff, which I'm excited for it, simply because it is a brand new era, and that sandbox is alive, right? That they can play around with all of these things and kind of create something from scratch. And that's what excites me about the future of Star Wars, right? But yeah, I understand why people continuously want to go back to the characters and things that they love. I get it. But to me, I think the bread and butter of the future of the franchise lies in the unexplored, But anyway, Grant, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate Dread 3D score. I don't remember Dread score. Dread was awesome, though. That was a sleeper to me. I didn't really know about the movie until I would say like, it might have been like 2014 or something like that. My buddy was in town, and he was just over, and we were, having some beers, and we were talking about movies, and he brought up Dread, and I was like, yeah, I knew they made another one. Is it any good? And he was like, dude, it is fucking awesome. So we watched it. It's great. If you haven't seen Dread, the one with Carl Urban, almost said Keith Urban, watch it. It's great. It's way better than the Sylvester Stallone Dread, which, I grew up with that movie in its own right. I kind of enjoy it, But yeah. And Oscar Rodriguez, thank you so much for the channel support this afternoon as well. What kind of movie would you make if you could? Oscar, I love this question because I've had this idea for a long time. It's nothing revolutionary, it's nothing crazy, but from my Navy experience, I have always wanted to make a Clerks style Navy deployment movie that shows just how mundane day-to-day life can be. That shows the conversations, the wacky-ass, stupid conversations that you have on the boat floating up and down in the ocean for 6 months, right? I've always thought that would be a fun screenplay to write. Just, I have that experience. There's a lot of ideas, and I've written a few of them down, just jotted them down on a Word document that I have. I actually have the opening in my brain of this movie, Oscar, and it would start on the flight deck, right? You see the plane captains giving their, go engine hand signals and stuff like that, spin the bird, intense music, pump up music, action packed, a lot of cuts. You're seeing aircraft taking off on the flight deck, 60 Bravos launching, and it's like we're preparing for something. And then the camera goes down level by level by level by level until you reach the berthing and the head, and there's just a guy sitting on the shitter, just sitting there, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's super action packed. It's like what every military movie is like, but in real world, it's not like that. It can be, but I think, and then the rest of the movie would just be, clerk style conversations, the mundane day-to-day life of a Navy sailor. And I think, I don't know if anybody would watch that, but it would certainly appeal to a certain segment of the population, right? So that's, if I could make something, that's probably what I would go for. It's always been a fun idea that I've thought about for a while, but anyway, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I need to write that. I need to write that screenplay just to say I did, right? It's always been what's up, Chris? Just joined. What about the Navy? Yeah, I was just telling Oscar. He asked me what kind of movie I would want to make. I've always wanted to make a Clerks style Navy deployment movie where the mundane life of a sailor is just kind of shown, I mean, the conversations, the chow, the, bringing on supplies and that giant chain of people, just the mundane day-to-day life. Just nothing but, dialogue and working on a helicopter. That would be funny, right? Just funny to me. That's the thing. Like, it's probably wouldn't be funny to 99% of the people, but people that were out there floating, they might get a kick out of it. But anyway, Caleb Kemp, thank you so much once again for the super chat and channel support. Just checked SNM2. Make sure there's no space between M and 2 is available on Apple to watch and rent for $14.99, and $4.99 should be elsewhere too. Nice. Okay. I thought I still had it pulled up. Let me S and M2 Apple Music. Live, not Apple Music, Apple TV. I don't have an Apple TV. iTunes. I have not had iTunes in. Okay, rent $3.99, buy $15.99. There we go. I see it. Perfect. Nice. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, I haven't had iTunes in. God, I don't even know how long. I don't know how it is nowadays, but back in the day, dude, it was the most clunky garbage software. Garbage. So bloated. But yeah. Nice. All right. So tomorrow, I'm going to see, is it on Google Play? Let's see. If it's on Google Play, I have a bunch of Google Play credits. Yeah, it is There's only 4 songs on there. Weird. Okay. Oh, maybe I need to search here. Nah, it's not. Okay. Anyway. All right. Anyway, I appreciate that, man. I'll rent it tomorrow on the old TV. Do a little workout. I mean Monday. Monday. Do a little workout and get taken back by some nostalgia. Super pumped for it. But anyway, Caleb, I appreciate that, man. And yeah, have a good weekend, dude. I'm sure you will be rocking out the entire weekend. But it is on Google Play? Why am I not seeing it? Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh, I see it. Yep. Rent from $1.99. Oh, it's actually cheaper on Google Play. $2. Awesome. Okay. $2 rental from Google Play. All right. I'm in. Well, thank you for bringing that to my attention as well, man. But I appreciate that, Caleb. And Vince Wynn, thank you so much for the generous channel support this Friday afternoon. Vince says, everyone jokes about the ice cream maker prop, but could the use of what was essentially junk as props have led to a subconscious familiarity to the universe? Might be an element contributing to Star Wars accessibility. Everyone jokes about, but could the use of what was essentially junk as props have led to a subconscious familiarity? I guess it's kind of like the Gillette razor in The Phantom Menace, right? Wasn't there a Gillette razor? Gillette razor, The Phantom Menace. Or is that just kind of a thing that was not... Prop in The Phantom Menace, Qui-Gon's comlink is a Gillette women's razor. Is that true? Yeah, okay. I'm gonna... I'm gonna copy and paste this. I guess it'll work. In the chat. I guess that'll work. I mean, I love it, Vince. I love how, dude, like when I saw the Revenge of the Sith at midnight with my buddy, we made blasters out of plumbing parts, right? I mean, if we were in the movie and you took a picture of us or had a video of us running by, you wouldn't obviously see that there were some plumbing components that we were holding in our hands, and they looked pretty damn good, if I do say so myself. But no, I love the use of real world goofy shit like that, especially, I mean, imagine back in the day when they're making that movie, right? What do we got? What can I hold something? Sure. What's your character's name? I don't know. Guy that runs by the camera. Okay. I'm gonna hold this. And he goes into the closet and finds an old ice cream maker that was heading to the garbage, right? So, you know, just, I don't know if that's how the story happened, but it makes sense. You know, I'm gonna carry this. And he's running. Runs by the camera within like 2 seconds. Thinks nothing of it. And then decades later, there's this phenomenon of people who meticulously go through the movies frame by frame. They see this guy, you know, Wilro Hood. He gets a name. They notice it's an ice cream maker. All of a sudden, a bunch of people are dressing up as him at conventions in orange jumpsuits, holding a giant ice cream maker. I mean, imagine... It's so funny how the smallest little things like that... I mean, it's like memes, right? The smallest little things blow up to be these weird cultural phenomenons and fandoms, you know. It's really interesting. It's the same thing like back in the day when I was watching the prequels. If you would have told me that a couple decades later there'd be a shitload of people online who type hello there all the time, or insert whatever line of dialogue in the prequels constantly online, I wouldn't have got it. It's weird. You can't predict these things, right? But yeah. Anyway, yeah, the accessibility, the subconscious relatability, I suppose. But anyway, Vince, hope you're having a good one, man. Enjoy your weekend and grab a pub sub. Voice of Reason, thank you so much for the channel support this afternoon as well, man. Voice of Reason says, my dream film, My Bloody Gungan, a Star Wars story. Oh. There we go. My Bloody Gungan, a Star Wars story. My Bloody Gungan. I'm gonna Google that. I'm curious if somebody has already. No, I'm gonna put that in quotes. I'm very surprised that. No, but that My Bloody Gungan, in quotes, does not appear at all in Google. In 2 decades, in 20 years, nobody on the internet has typed the phrase My Bloody Gungan on something that could be archived. That is crazy to me, Voice of Reason. That's crazy to me. Back in the day, I probably would have agreed with you, but I've mellowed out a little bit. I don't know. Well, you mentioned a Star Wars horror story. Is that something that a lot of people still want? I know a couple years ago there was like this big push for R-rated Star Wars online. People wanting like a horror Star Wars movie or a genre-heavy Star Wars movie that's rated R. I don't know if I really want that, man. I don't know. My dream film, Voice of Reason. Probably a horrible idea. But I would love to go back in time and explore the origin story of the Force. And I know I'm constantly talking about I don't need everything explained, but I think this would be fun. Going back in time to see the first people who discovered the Force. If we're talking about dream films or projects, that's mine. Just so weird and out there. Could be a little trippy, Factions would splinter off. Some people will want to hide this power, this knowledge. Some people would want to democratize it and spread it, and some people would want to use it for their own personal gain, That's my dream film. But we can go with My Bloody Gungan, a Star Wars horror story if you want to, Voice. But I appreciate it, man. And Sapity and Grant Guthrie, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. I greatly appreciate it, man. Final super chats and channel support of the stream. I got a jet. My wife actually got off work early today, so she's going to come home. She's stopping by the grocery store. And I'm going to jet, and my daughter will probably wake up soon. And I think we're going to have big, fish sandwich hoagies. I don't know. Something. What, blackened fish hoagies. I don't know what we're doing. My wife has a recipe. It sounds good. Let's do it. Sapity, thank you so much, man. Submarines have almost their own type of genre in Hollywood. Think something similar could be done in Star Wars. If not, Holiday Special 2 would probably work just as well, right? Yeah. No, I like the idea. That's really interesting. I've never really thought of submarines having their own genre, but it's very true. It's very true. They're always, I haven't seen one in a long time, but they're always really claustrophobic, and as submarines are. Yeah, so that's actually a really cool idea, Sapity. To have a movie that's set inside of a ship that maybe has to make a delivery, and there's obviously delivering the Death Star plans, but a ship that desperately needs to make a delivery across the galaxy, and the stakes are so high. And do they bring a big armada with them to draw attention, or do they try to sneak their way across like a submarine delivering the bomb, right? I think that's a really cool idea. That's a really cool idea. It could be filmed very similarly to a lot of typical submarine movies, claustrophobic, in your face, a lot of handheld stuff, shaky, almost barely seeing the exterior. Everything is from the perspective of those inside of the tin can, right? The outside walls are kind of the unknown. Like floating on a raft in the ocean while sharks are circling you, right? And you can't see what's below. I love that idea. You know, there's so many fun ideas, so many genre film ideas that you could toss onto Star Wars and say, oh, this would be awesome to make. I would love to see a Star Wars detective, like, film noir story, right? I hope eventually, Sapity, they start branching out and doing some of these kind of more out there, ambitious projects that, you know, people probably wouldn't immediately think of when they think of Star Wars. But I think there's so many fun ideas to kind of mine out there. And that's certainly one of them. But anyway, I appreciate that, Sapity. And Mr. Grant Guthrie, thank you so much for coming in with the final super chat and channel support of the stream. Never mind, Xander Rayleigh came in with a message retracted channel support there. Give me one sec there, Xander. But Grant, thank you so much, man. Grant says, I'm with you on new stuff / characters. Resistance was a bit of fresh air for this reason. Same with Mandalorian. I want to see what's outside the Republic space. Give us the weird stuff. Weird, fun stuff. 100% with you. I never finished Resistance. I believe I only watched like 5 episodes. I don't know why I stopped. I say that it hooked me really fast. And it did, but I didn't continue watching it. I don't know. I didn't continue watching Rebels either. That's just, I don't know. That's what I do, man. I have a bad habit of doing that. But that was the big appeal of Resistance too. I love the world building of that show. The Colossus, is that what it was called? I think so. All the cast of characters were fun. It felt like a truck stop in space. It was weird and out there, and it had a interesting kind of a neutral zone. It was an interesting connection spreading out through various factions in the galaxy. And that is, I thought that was a really well done aspect of kind of what we're all hoping for, you know. Getting outside of the familiar, right? The Mandalorian's probably one of the best examples, although it does, you know, obviously it has familiar stuff. We see some stormtroopers, we see some Imperial Remnant, we see Mandos, you know, we see familiar stuff. But that's kind of baseline, arbitrary familiar stuff. It's not characters, it's not that kind of stuff. But yeah, I'm with you, man. I'm with you. Give us the weird, fun stuff. That's why, as a character, and I've never read any comics with this character in it, but Dr. Aphra, I don't know much about the character other than she's an archaeologist, right? Never read any of the comics, graphic novels that she's in, like I said. But as a concept, I love the idea of a character like that. Something that is outside of the familiar, right? We've had bounty hunters, we've had smugglers, we've had Jedi, we've had Sith, we've had Inquisitors, we've had all sorts of, you know, we've mulched over this stuff before. The idea of a character like Dr. Aphra is awesome. And again, I've never read anything with her, but I love the concept, and I want more of that kind of stuff. And I would love it if, like, Dr. Aphra got a novel, because I'm not a big comic reader. If there was a novel, I would read it in a heartbeat. And I would love for a character like that to get their own show or movie, you know, get out there a little bit, get weird with it. But yeah, Grant, I think we see eye to eye on that, but I appreciate that, man. And Xander Rayleigh, thank you so much for coming in with the final super chat and channel support of the stream. I haven't been on one of your streams in a while. It's nice to see you. I was on your streams all the time in 2018. Nice, man, nice. Well, I appreciate the hell out of that channel support this afternoon. Hope you're having a good Friday. Good start to your week. I do these streams occasionally. Maybe like 4 or 5 times a week. There is no method to the madness. Sometimes I do it in the afternoon. Sometimes I do them in the evening. Whenever I feel like popping on. But you are welcome anytime, Xander. I appreciate that this afternoon, man. But all right, guys, it is time for me to jet. It is Friday, 2:55 p.m. here in Florida. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. If I do not see you, I don't know if I'm going to be streaming this weekend. I have a video scheduled for tomorrow. I think it's scheduled for like 10:30 a.m. Eastern time. But if I don't see you this weekend, have a fantastic weekend. And if I do see you this weekend, I don't know when or where it will be. I don't know if I will be playing a game or just shooting the shit. But if I see you, cool. If I don't, I will see you when I see you. Cool? All right. Have a fantastic morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are on planet Earth. And I will catch you all on the flip side. See ya!